As we enter the dog days of summer, we're going to check in with what's new in District 2, next on Inside St. Lucie. Hello and welcome to this edition of Inside St. Lucie, SLC TV's monthly government affairs show. I'm your host, Eric Gill, Communications Director for St. Lucie County. Now with today's show, we're going to sit down and catch up with St. Lucie County Commission Vice Chair and Representative of District 2, Commissioner Larry Leet. But before we meet our guests, here's some upcoming events and announcements from the Board of County Commissioners. St. Lucie County's summer reading program is underway for children and adults now through the end of July. Those who complete the challenge earn chances to win a grand prize including a tablet, drone, art supply creativity set, telescope, or a $50 gift card. Google and Apple users can install the Beanstalk Tracker app on their phone or tablet and search for St. Lucie County to sign in and track their reading digitally, earning virtual badges for each hour they read. Hard copy logs are also available at all St. Lucie County branch libraries. For details, visit stlucielibrary.org. The award-winning Rec and Roll program returns this June and July as St. Lucie County's Parks and Recreation Department brings summer camp activities to neighborhood parks. Designed for children who are unable to attend traditional summer camps or recreational programs, this drop-in style program is free and open to all ages, running Tuesdays through Friday during the months of June and July. For locations and times, please visit our calendar of events at stlucieco.gov. Now for the latest updates about all St. Lucie County Commission meetings, workshops, and events, be sure to visit our website at stlucieco.gov and click on our comprehensive calendar. And if you'd like to be added to our press release distribution list, you can send me an email at pio@stlucieco.gov. We're also on all the social media platforms at St. Lucie Gov, so we hope you'll follow us there. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we're going to check in with the latest economic development stats. St. Lucie County's tourism continues to show an increase over previous months, with March's collection coming in more than 21% higher than last year. This was the first time St. Lucie County has collected more than $1 million in a single month in tourism taxes. So far, the fiscal year collections are roughly 18% higher than last year. Overall building activity decreased by 9.7% in March, with 1,271 permits submitted. This was a 16% decrease over the same month 1 year ago. According to the Florida Realtors Association, the median home sale price in St. Lucie County was $395,000 in March, roughly the same as it was a year ago, while condo values also remained flat, with the median price at $315,000. St. Lucie County's unemployment decreased slightly in March to 4% compared to February's 4.3%. Statewide, the unemployment rate was 3.5%. The largest increase in the labor force in the Treasure Coast was in education and health services with 1,800 jobs, followed by transportation and utilities with 900 jobs, and government with 400 jobs. According to CareerSource, in March, our area's non-agricultural employment rose to 178,300 jobs, up 2,900 jobs, or a 1.7% increase over last year. If you work for a local business looking for skilled or trained labor, be sure to contact the staff at CareerSource as they can assist your company with its recruitment and training needs. And if you're an individual looking for a job, they can help you as well. Visit CareerSource online at careersourcerc.com or call 1-866-4U2-HIRE. Welcome back to Inside St. Lucie. I'm Eric Hill, and I'm joined by St. Lucie County Commissioner Larry Leet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for coming on the show again.
Not a problem.
Now, a lot going on as we head into the summer, and a lot going on in the news. What are you hearing from residents? What are some of their biggest concerns? Especially, I'm sure at the state level, we hear all the time about taxes.
It's not a concern. It's more of a compliment. I'm a boater, and a lot of people are complimenting how clean our lagoon is since the waste, was it that controls the water discharge, Corps of Engineers?
Yep, Army Corps.
Decided to, or not decided, but had stopped dumping into our area and relocating most of it out west and south. And we hope that continues, but our lagoon has gotten cleaned up. I get a report on the water conditions all the way back up into the St. Lucie River, and they go from good to very good. And literally a month ago, they have different colors, green being great, yellow being iffy, red being bad, and in the St. Lucie River, it was yellow and red, and now they're light green and green
Yeah.
along with the lagoon. So that is a good thing. What I'm hearing from the Corps of Engineers is that they are still finishing up their process. They're almost done, where the majority of the water now is going to be directed south towards the Everglades and quit dumping out into our lagoon and out to the West Coast. Just a refresher for the people out there. When the Corps of Engineers decided to drain the center of the state back in the 30s, they funneled everything to Lake Okeechobee, built a big dike around it to hold the water, and then built canals, 2 coming out on our coast into the St. Lucie estuary and 1 into Cape Coral, I believe, on the west coast. And they have stopped dumping west because of our lagoon. And when they do dump, they're supposed to dump, I say west?
Yeah, stop dumping east.
Just the opposite, yes. Anyway, unless they go above their height level in the Lake Okeechobee, then they'll dump. But we're last resort, so that is good news.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
good
it's also how we haven't had the rains, good and bad, right? Because
Yeah,
it's
here.
super dry, and you're worried about the burn ban coming into effect. But
Yeah.
but at the same time, that's also kept the lagoon clean. You know, it's I think a lot of residents don't understand that freshwater runoff.
Mhm.
You know, especially those along Indian River Drive. A lot of those homes are on septic tanks, and there's no real drainage. All that water just goes right into the lagoon. And
Yep.
so, and I know one thing through the American Rescue Plan, we've done a lot of put a lot of those monies toward building new stormwater treatment areas, or STAs, as we
Yes.
like to call them. So the more we can store that water and cleanse it before we release it, the better everyone will be.
Yeah, and if we just get everything going south like it was naturally, that will be the ultimate goal. But we're making progress after how many years now?
Yeah.
It's been a while. But that sort of leads into the Harbor Point development, because obviously the Harbor Point is right on the corner of the lagoon and Taylor Creek.
Yep.
And that is really clear water. I boat out there and I see that. And Harbor Point, we are moving ahead. We have relocated the easement for the Bell Sisters property to the north end of the property lines to access our new Harbor Point once it gets developed. We're looking at 4 or more boat ramps and over 100 parking spots for trailers, which is greatly needed. And then we're also looking for the constituents of this county. Let us know what you want out there. We want public land. We want to be able to enjoy it. We don't want to sell it to developers. We do want to help people that are investing in the area to build a business. We'd like to see restaurants out there, but if anybody else has any ideas, please give us a call and join us in the conversation of what do we want as the county in Harbor Point.
Yeah,
and that is another destination area. As I have said in the past, I was elected on traffic and taxes. And in my opinion, this covers both bases because one, it's getting a new destination area. So hopefully it'll divert the traffic from the 3 only spots we have now to a 4th. And then with the taxes, with the revenue coming in for the new businesses, it'll help reduce the tax burden on the constituents of St. Lucie County. So it's a win-win all the way around.
And I know that discussion, at least the last informal that you had, there was a lot of talk of making sure we're not charging for boat ramps. And we talked about maybe making some fee-based things. Like if you want to get ice there, then yeah, you'd pay for that.
Right.
But we're not looking at charging for boat ramps or even beach parking, which I know the city of Fort Pierce is doing.
Yeah, I've not heard a lot of good from the constituents on that.
No.
So yeah, I'm right there with them. I don't want to pay either. And
Yeah.
I'd like this area to keep it like it is. Unfortunately, the reality of it is dollars. And unfortunately, Fort Pierce has got, it's not that they're broke, but because of the appraisal values of a lot of the homes, their tax revenue is not where most municipalities should be.
Yeah.
And so they're constantly running into that. Putting in these businesses offsets that.
Yeah, and it's an older city with a lot of older infrastructure. So
Right.
that, it wasn't like PSL built in 1960, which happy birthday, Port St. Lucie.
Oh, yes.
They recently celebrated a birthday.
I went out to the new museum, and if you haven't been there, strongly suggest you go through there. I've been here since 1983. I know a lot about Port St. Lucie. I only knew about a third of what I thought I did.
Nice.
And it's a very interesting tour. It has articles pasted on the wall of different individuals that affected the county and how we got to where we are today.
Yeah.
Very, very good. And if you haven't been to the Port St. Lucie Port District, I strongly suggest you go there. Soon as Port St. Lucie gets a restaurant in there, it'll be another destination area to try to divert people from the 3 areas that we currently have.
Yeah. And speaking of PSL, recently you were down there celebrating some librarians at our volunteer luncheon.
Absolutely. Yes, our library, we have a new lady, Robin, in there, and she is doing a wonderful job. The Friends of the Library is the nonprofit arm of the library. The government entities cannot receive donations or anything else, and this is the fundraising grant initiative and constituents contributions. One person contributed over $1 million. We've got over $1 million in the fund. This is helping to build the Port St. Lucie Prima Vista branch. It's supplying books. It's also getting heavily into the summer reading program. They fund a lot of that. And the meeting we actually had last Thursday was really good. They were looking for new fundraisers. And one of the suggestions that I actually happened to make was, why don't we get an aptitude testing entity or something within the library? And the thought process behind that, I know when I was growing up, like most people, I don't know what I want to do for a living. And I've always heard about these aptitude tests where it shows your strength and your likes and your desires. And of course, we know everybody works better when they're doing things that they like.
Yeah.
And if we could start capturing these kids and start showing them their likes, they are going to change over the course of their life. But it does several things. One, it brings them into the library. 2, once they take the aptitude test, they might be interested in math. There's the math section.
Sure.
There's the history section.
Yeah.
And so it just rolls in, and it's not a one and done. I mean, next year you bring them in, you do another aptitude test, you find out where they're at. The parents are involved, hopefully. And I think it's a wonderful idea that we're looking at trying to implement there.
Nice.
We're currently looking into it.
And for those parents that aren't aware, we're sending out some press releases this week about the summer reading program. So get your kids signed up, and adults can even get involved. And if they want to enter, although county employees are not eligible, I was told that last year. And my kids aren't either, and they're all in college.
The other thing I do want to mention with the library, the summer school reading program is obviously a very big issue. But something that a lot of people don't talk about, there's a lot of people in the older age group, I don't want to put myself in there, but that being said, that don't know how to work a computer.
Yeah.
And here they have free instruction classes that you can look up online. You can go in there, they'll show you how to do the basics to get you going on it. So I strongly suggest anybody out there that needs any help, the library system in our county is one of the best resources for just about anything you need.
It really is. It's more than just books. We tell the people all the time because there's some conventional, why do we even fund libraries? Nobody reads books. Well, like you said, they offer one-on-one individual training. You can schedule an appointment to help set up your Hotmail account or your Gmail account or how to do cloud-based storage. And then they got monthly focus stuff, whether it's using tablets or cutting the cable cord and going to streaming services. They've got a lot of great programs there. I've always been a big fan.
Yeah, and just to let the constituents know, the people in the library are volunteers.
A lot of them are.
The 90% of them, I'd say, we are not paying for. They are there out of the goodness of their heart. They are there to help you. Treat them nice, please, because they are really, really good volunteers and have been with the organization many years. And if you'd like to volunteer, go into any local branch and tell them, and they'd be more than happy to put you to work.
And on our website, that you get search for volunteers. They also have volunteer opportunities at the aquarium, the Oxbow Eco Center, and some of the other facilities, county-run facilities.
Well, that leads into another conversation. We are talking about Museum Point right now, and a potential, and again, looking for feedback from the constituents. Again, running on traffic and taxes. There are boat docks off of Museum Point, and for those that don't know where Museum Point is, that is the property on the left-hand side of South Beach Bridge, right before the boat ramps and the small little beach area there. They have docks that have been condemned, and the way to lower taxes is to bring in more tax revenue. You can either do it by building residential homes, or you can bring in businesses, or we can build docks. And we had gotten a report that there is over a 400 boat waiting list for dock space in the larger boat arena.
Sure.
200, 300, 400 footers. Obviously, a lot of people don't put those docks in because they could put 340 footers in there.
And make more revenue.
And
sure.
there's obviously a lot more of them than there are anything else. But tying that in with Director Boats, we have the largest boat lift in the entire United States, designed for the 300 and 400 footers. And if we could redo those docks, which we are currently talking about, and putting out 4 to 6 docks that'll hold these, there could be a substantial income revenue stream consistently that takes very little effort. These boats, anywhere between $10 to $30 a foot, do the math.
Yeah.
And you go down south, it's closer to 30. You come up here, it's closer to the 15 range. I think we can get somewhere in the $20 a foot range. And it's per day, not per month. So we can stock up that. We can assist Director Boats with their operation, and hopefully, again, try to bring in some more money and reduce people's property taxes because somebody else is paying for it.
Yeah, and we've said all along, our inlet is one of the best in the state. It's direct access, straight shot. There's no power lines or bridges, so deep water, they can get in and out.
Yep.
One of 19 deep water ports in the state. So that would be a good use of that space. And we just were by there this past weekend, and I noticed some of those docks are in bad shape after Hurricane Nicole and some of the other storms we've had.
Right.
That, they've taken a beating. So. Well, Commissioner, I know too, you have a background in aviation, so the airport is something, and I know it's coming up for an informal workshop, and we got our Part 139 to move forward with commercial service, but there's still some T's that have to be crossed and I's that need to be dotted before we start flying out of here. But
the airport is definitely moving along a lot faster than I thought. Governments always move slow. You've got all this paperwork to do. You've got to do studies on it before you spend taxpayer dollars, blah, 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 blah. That being said, we have 2 parcels out for RFPs. We have several entities in the airline business talking to us. We are looking at the master plan and making sure the vision is still there. Talking with local developers that I just found out, looking to help us develop it. Again, huge revenue source. We own the property. We can turn around and build these hangars. And I've said this before, the hangar that we built in the past, that is currently bringing in $17,000 a month in rent. Get 4 or 5 of those out there, and again, it goes towards a tax roll. It employs people. It's not rooftops. It's high-paying jobs. It's everything that we need as a county.
Yeah,
and that sort of goes into the one of the conversations I'm trying to get out there is a vision council. Our county is at a point where we really need the 3 municipalities to sit down, and I think along with the EDC, to come up with a council of commissioners and council people and business people and developers and constituents to try to figure out how we want to plan this county. We are growing. We can't stop the growth, but we can manage it. And as I said, we can either widen roads and cost the taxpayers a whole bunch of money and build more houses, or we can bring in businesses, bring up the employment wages, bring up the tax revenue without putting in the rooftops. The rooftops are going to come.
I was going to say we are handcuffed a little bit when it comes to Burt Harris Act. I know that's that name's been thrown around. If you don't know what it is, Google it.
You're not going to stop it, but you can control it. And a perfect example of that is what we did out west of town. We just approved that subdivision. This developer came in and wanting to put 5 homes per acre. And a lot of people don't understand 5 homes per acre. So I use this scenario. If you go to, I call it Port St. Lucie proper, the old Port St. Lucie, you basically have a grid network of a residential neighborhood, and the lots are basically a 1/4 acre lot. So if you go into proper Port St. Lucie, you're roughly 4 homes per acre. If you go out west into Tradition and St. Lucie West, those densities are between 7 and 8 homes per acre. In the county, we are trying to keep it under 3. And with this new commission that is laser focused on that, and compliments to the new commission because we all seem to see eye to eye on it. We heard you. We all live here and we all agree with you. So it's not like you had to convince us, but we finally have people that are putting their foot down. And bottom line is that developer went from 5 homes per acre to 2.8, I believe, homes per acre. So they went under 3. They left a lot of green space, and the big point there also is the cost of homes. And I am a business person. Most people in business understand the laws of supply and demand, and that is the problem with our housing. It is supply and demand.
Sure.
And a perfect example, if you start looking at our housing market, this isn't good news for our residents, but it's definitely something that needed to happen. I do have a real estate license. I get the updates monthly. A year ago, they were $20,000 over asking on just about any house you wanted to buy out there. 6 months ago, they went down to asking. And I was just looking in the Voice, and they had a listing, and most of these homes are now being discounted 15 to 20%. So you are seeing houses come down pretty dramatically. The average person in St. Lucie County, and I say average person, your policemen, your firemen, your nurses, they need to be in that 350 range. And that particular subdivision is trying to keep the home prices between the 3 and the 350 range to help with that untapped market that we haven't been able to get to. So that is going to be a plus for everybody in the county. Unfortunately, it is more rooftops, but
like you said, it's almost unavoidable, right? People have the right to develop their land. And then you also have the Live Local Act, which is popping up now too, where they say, well, we're going to donate, was it 40% to affordable housing? And then they can circumvent the local ordinances and go higher density, which I know City of Fort Pierce is seeing it now with that proposed project on South Beach. And a lot of people are upset at the city council, but really their hands are tied as long as they meet the state Live Local Act, that there's not much they can do. So.
And I actually met with the new city manager of Fort Pierce, and Mr. Chest, very educated man, has a strong background in economics, which the city knows. He's been there 3-4 weeks, maybe something like
less
that,
than a month,
and seems to have a good handle on the layout of the county. And I assured him that we, as the county, want to work with him. Want to help the cities along. We've been doing the same thing with Port St. Lucie.
Absolutely.
We want to work with you, not against you, and I think we're going to have a very good working relationship with them. And that Vision Council that I'm talking about, I actually mentioned to him, and he is all for it. As most people know, or have seen in the paper, the vision of the Causeway Cove Marina that came out over the weekend. There's another gentleman that wants to basically do pretty much the same thing, just south of Square Grouper. And we have us and a developer wants to put in an amphitheater. And there's all these different things that are happening that we need to sit down and figure out, where do we want this? We need hotels. We need convention centers.
Sure.
We need indoor stadiums for the kids to have their tournaments, their volleyball, basketball, for people to have pickleball tournaments in. And where do we want these? As I said in the past, at the airport, I watched the county almost stop the growth at the airport because they were pushing in more FBOs, which is basically a gas station out there. And the particular one we have out there has never been able to make enough money to put back into the airport because we keep going, let's get another one out there thinking it's going to bring in more revenue.
Sure.
When you only have so many dollars coming in and so many gallons of fuel being sold, unless you expand the airport, all you're going to do is demise it.
Sure.
And that's what I have seen happen at the airport for 20 years. And I don't want that to happen to the county. I don't want to see two amplifiers come in here and fight for the business, then one of them goes out of business. Sure. Rather have one nice one. And you can say the same thing with the indoor stadiums. Do we need two indoor stadiums? Where's it going to be? Is it going to be at Causeway Cove? Is it going to be out there? Or is it going to be maybe down to Mid-Florida Center?
Sure.
Things we need to talk about. And we need to talk about it as a community. We need to talk about it with the business people. We need to talk about it with the Economic Development Council and really start where we've got a perfect opportunity here. We are growing. We got a lot of empty space, and we know what we need. Our cultural arts are one of our weakest areas. We've got the infrastructure pretty much now. So I get excited when I think about it because I'm actually a part of it, and I'd like to get you and the constituents out there to be a part of it too, because this is our community. Our kids are going to live here. And going back into your Live Local Act, I have 3 children. 2 of them live out of town because of just what you said. And I have to drive, or they have to drive for the holidays. It's really nice when you have family here.
Yeah, and I've got a college graduate that just moved in with me because he can't afford to, rent a place on his own, and he's got a decent teaching job. But it's. Yep. And I get it. I know he doesn't want to live at home either. But it's mom and dad are cramping his style, and it's going the other way around too. So hopefully he's watching this.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, Christian, anything else you want to mention? I know we were talking about Fort Pierce. There's been some issues with Miami sending garbage up our way, but it's kind of unfortunately out of our hands. It's really in the city of Fort Pierce. But and we talked about this before. We're limited on what we can tell the railroad they can and can't do.
Yep. Unfortunately, the railroad has a lot of power, and it sort of goes, a lot of people don't understand this, but you ever wonder why they stop cars when a boat goes under a bridge that has a drawbridge? Because boats were here first. It's like, why do we stop for people walking? Because people were walking before they were driving. And the same thing goes in this particular area.
Railroad was here before the cars were,
Exactly. And so they do pull a lot of weight. Unfortunately, they are not really cooperative in working with us. And they legally have the right. Back into that conversation, I have spoken with the city commissioners, some of them, and the new city manager. And my understanding is Brian Mask is heavily involved in this. The first idea they had was moving it out to the Glades cutoff area, which we as a county said, no, we have stuff going on out there and we don't want that residence. All you're doing is moving one problem to another. And then the last conversation I heard was there are rail spurs that take it out to Okeechobee.
Directly out there,
Don't know if that's a fact, but I do know that they are having meetings and they are looking into possibilities, and they have asked the county for help and anybody else. So we are there for you. If there's anything we could do, I'm keeping on top of it with the city commissioners of Fort Pierce to see if there's anything we could do. But like you said, our hands are pretty much tied. All we can do is support and get behind them.
And it could be, and I know our landfill is pretty tight on as far as space. We're doing what we can. We're building another cell to expand space out there, but at the same time, we want to make sure making sure we have room for our residents' garbage first and foremost.
And a lot of that has been cleared up with the purchase, as you know. I think the last estimates were we were somewhere around 2045. We were thinking we were going to be full. Now we're stretched that back out to, I think, 2065, something like that.
And the more you can recycle at home, the better we can.
Absolutely, and keep that in mind, please. The more you recycle, and something that a lot of people don't know, the biggest problem with glass and recycling it is leaving the bottle cap on. So if you're recycling glass, please take the bottle cap, throw it into regular garbage, and put the glass in there. Just to let you know what they actually recycle glass for, it's actually a lining, a barrier between the different levels. So they take the garbage, they mash it up in these large bales, and they stack it like a pyramid. And between each layer, they put about a foot of this ground glass, which is glass is made from sand, so all they do is put it back to its natural existence and then fill in, and it also acts as a filter for all the seepage in there.
Down,
But it does bring you to the larger picture.
Yeah.
And the larger picture is we can't sustain this. The reason that the Miami-Dade is shipping their garbage here is because they didn't, in my opinion, manage their county's growth, and now they don't have any land to put it on. And secondly, they had a
incinerator, right?
Yeah, they had the help me out, the waste energy. Waste energy, and the plant burned down. And they have no place to put the garbage, and they were trucking it. So this is the dilemma. Do you want all those trucks running up and down I-95 and disintegrating those roads? You know, their thought was, let's ship it up by rail to Fort Pierce and run out State Road 70. Otherwise, we could do something. And that's what they're doing. So they are minimizing their damages, but bottom line is it's creating stench, it's creating flies, and it's actually a health hazard. And they do have the health department out there looking at it. We are working with FEC and Brian Mass in the city, and hopefully the county will be involved in this. They're supposed to get a meeting together where we can all sit down and try to figure out a solution to this issue.
Well, since you mentioned bugs, real quick, I do want to put in a plug for our mosquito control director, because I've called him a few times. We know the mosquitoes are bad over on the islands, but the winds have been really tough for them to get out and fog. They can't. In fact, they had crews running over the weekend at 2 a.m. just because that's when the winds were down. So you still let them know that they do have traps and surveillance, but keep that in mind as we head into the rainy season. It is to protect yourself and your pets. Make sure you wear long sleeve and mosquito repellent when you're out there in the early mornings or in the evenings. But
on the board of the Mosquito Control District, we just signed 2 contracts with local sprayers in case one isn't available, the other one is, but obviously the weather determines whether or not
exactly.
Be
you
able
can't
to,
go out and fog if it's just going to be wasted. So, make sure
And just for you people that don't know, the Mosquito Control District, where did it start and why? Way back when, I'm talking not that far back, but in the World War II era, the South Hutchinson Island was uninhabitable because of mosquitoes. They swarmed. They describe it as just a big black cloud of things coming over, and no one could live out there. That's why the sewage plant is out there, because no one could live out there. Why not put it where no one is going to go? Air conditioning and development has obviously changed everything. And the big part of that change was the Mosquito Control District, when they realized where the mosquitoes were harvesting and how to fix them. And they did just that. They fixed the problem. Now that island is inhabitable, but unfortunately we have now a Mosquito Control District that we have to pay for to keep the mosquitoes down. So just public information, if you're wondering why and what the Mosquito Control District purpose was.
And we were part of Mosquito County at one point. That's how bad
it was. That's right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. It was
literally the name of the county.
So that's right.
But it's gotten a lot better. Well, Commissioner, anything else you want to mention
before
we wrap up the show? Well, thanks again for coming on.
Thank you very much.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we're going to check in with another Public Works project with a project update.
St. Lucie County residents continue to benefit from the 2018 voter-approved half-cent infrastructure sales tax. The Keene Road Bridge replacement over Taylor Creek, a priority of the Board of County Commissioners, was completed in April 2025. This project gives residents a safe and efficient travel route over the creek for many years to come. This project included construction of the new bridge, roadway paving, rubble riprap installation, guardrails, and more. It also includes multimodal improvements designed to accommodate future additions along Keene Road. The half-cent sales tax contributed more than $6.2 million towards the project. For more information, visit slchalfcent.org.
We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Inside St. Lucie, and we hope you'll tune in again next month. If you have topics or subjects you'd like to see covered here on our program relating to St. Lucie County government, give us a call at 772-462-1791 or send us an email at pio@stlucieco.gov. And if you'd like to see previously aired episodes of this or other SLC TV programs, check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/stluciegov. I'm Eric Gill. For myself and the staff, thanks for watching.